Hi, my name is unmatched. Thanks for tuning in for an episode of APTV. Today I got Anthony Hoffman from ACRD. Anthony does design, documentation, delivery of retail stores, but you kind of comes in from the retailer's perspective of what's selling, what's not, and how to work around it, and some pretty interesting ideas. ACRD do Nike, Dyson, Accent Group, David Jones, and many other retailers across all categories, and is currently repositioning department stores in Australia. So watch that space. Anthony, thank you very much for coming on.
Thanks a lot, Zoe.
So on your website, you're quoted saying that we solve problems by understanding people, and we create experiences that people love. Did you make that up or trademark it? Can I use it for my website?
So, and you can use it for your website as well.
No, it would fit on a t-shirt almost.
We can put it on a t-shirt and come together.
So what is ACRD?
What is ACRD?
What does it stand for?
Well, nothing really. It's just a nice group of words, the letters that cling together. But, our business is about, is culture and values, and we tie that into delivering great design for people. And we focus, on our retail clients really heavily and how to support them and partner them through a process which some of them kind of find difficult, and we made it easy for them. We've got a strong team, really talented people. So I'd say we're probably one of the leading retail designers in the country, and our work and what we stand for stands for itself. So major groups like Dyson, Nike, David Jones, Accent Group across the board. So you'll plan, design, document, deliver their stores. Yeah, absolutely. We think through their problems. We understand how, and probably that statement at the start about understanding customers, and we understand what their customer looks like. We focus on that customer, and we make sure that the environment really surrounds that customer and delivers something special. And so it becomes a little bit more than just going, let's have a tip, a finish, and a palette of colors. There's a bit of science to it, and we really investigate what their customer wants to see and what they want to buy and how they want to interact, and maybe like their payment through POS systems. It's right. Those things are all really important, and that's why we have such great clients like you mentioned. The Reds. Yes, it's really remarkable what we've been able to do.
So when you say customers' problems, are you seeing a common theme in retailers' problems?
There's always a common theme. We at the starting point for any retailer is always look at their numbers and go, okay, well, what's the percentage of sales in denim versus t-shirts versus footwear? And then you commonly can see the issue, and you go, wow, your sales are down here because it's in the wrong position in the store. If we move it here, here, and here, your sales will go up. And that's,
as a fit-out guy, that's what you get into?
That's what we get into. That's what we love. We love solving their problem to make them more money and turn their business around.
How do you approach a retail design and delivery?
Design's easy. 3 words: attract, engage, and connect. Use those 3 words in anything you design and you'll kill it. So attracting the customer to your store with something wow that looks fantastic from the facade. Connect them at a point inside the store, and then engage them with the customer. The service, how it operates, how it all works together. Those 3 things are really, really key.
That's smart.
Delivery is a bit different. That's all about timing. It's all about dates, chasing the time frames, fit out, costs, and often some of the work that you do well, Zoe, is understanding the space from the start. Like making sure, is this fit for purpose? Have I got enough power? Is there enough water? Is there waste? Finding out problems at the very start is so critical to the delivery.
And not waiting to the end until they become chaos problems.
Exactly, because they become...
They're not going to solve themselves.
when you're at the end and everyone's got this massive fit out and they go, oh shit, we haven't got enough power. Disaster.
And that power wasn't there 2 weeks ago either.
Correct.
How are you navigating this fluid construction costs?
That's a really interesting space. We concentrate on value engineering. So we value engineer what we design. We look at it and go, well, hang on, is that sheet size right? Things come in sheet size, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So, how do you optimize what you're doing and how you're building it? It's the sizes, dimensions. It gets rid of waste. It's probably very sustainable. So we're seeing that the way in which to efficiently bring things in and make things happen are by constraints. There's certain constraints that have been put on us all, from sustainability aspects of lighting or things like that. All of those lead to us creating a composition that's about value engineering, bringing the cost down. The better we bring the cost down, the more a retailer can do and excite the customer. That's what we want. So,
and what will stores look like in 10 years from today?
Well, I don't think much different, to be honest.
It hasn't changed in centuries.
It hasn't changed, but
What's improved?
What is going to change is it's going to be more interactive. It's going to be a lot more customer engagement. You can see that already. Tap and go, that whole thing. It's one-on-one, disappearing counters, things that are about that human touch, that connection. Fitting rooms that maybe are a bit more intuitive, or lighting that could turn on and off and work with different color tones of product. All those sort of things. It's going to become more about entertainment, immersing your customer into a space.
Wow. We've been working together, helping luxury brands on 120 Collins Street to kind of get around any hurdles with the heritage facade. How do you suggest retailers work with heritage buildings?
It's all about challenging the status quo, I think. I mean, look, heritage people aren't going to go away overnight, right? But what you got to do is challenge them on what they stand for, engage with them. Say, well, what if we did this, and what if we did that, and how about if we add a bit of color, and what if it only is up for a month and then disappears, something else comes up. That way there's a bit more engagement. So it's like anything with council, building, planning, heritage. It's all about communication at the start, getting them on side, having some talks with them, saying, how can we do this better?
Yeah.
And I think once you get to that level with them, they think that you're on the same side as them, and you can really get to a place that works for everyone.
What I saw at Mike Leverage, you had some cosmetic changes, not any structural. So they're just color schemes, materials that stick on and stick off.
Exactly.
And it seemed to be great, really effective in bringing a heritage building into 2023.
Yeah. Lighting, all sorts of really good things that are a bit of fun.
Yeah.
They engage your customer from afar. People talk about it. They photograph it, Instagram it. That's what we want to see.
So that's the point of all of it. Where do you get your ideas from?
I wake up with them every morning.
How would you propose designing a department store today?
Well, we are just designing a department store at the moment.
You want? Okay. I was thinking, which one?
We're working with a team at DJs on their department store of the future at the moment, which is pretty exciting, and some of the ideas and things that they're working on are really groundbreaking. So I think you'll see a really great change in that space. A lot more theatre, a lot more excitement, new brands. There's a whole range of things that they're doing that I think are going to be kind of high cutting edge in department store going forward. So
it sounds like department stores are going back to what they were in the 1950s and 60s.
Service, big on service, back to beautiful fitting rooms, beautiful spaces, really solid customer engagement. They're walking and go, wow, look at this place, it's amazing. A little bit of food, a little bit of theatre, a little bit of fashion, all combined and sort of encase their customer in the space. I love it. It's very exciting.
They're doing all the things that retailers can't do without the big space and utilizing the area.
Yeah, they're utilising the area. They're sweating the asset, which is great.
There's a lot of talk around how much a fit out should cost. In your estimation, how much should a casual restaurant cafe fit out cost per square meter? Fashion and then luxury.
Fashion's interesting because you can go from low end to sort of mid to high end. You could be spending $1,800 in fashion to
meter
to 3,000. It's sort of like it can vary, and it depends on how clever you are. Some of the luxury brands, super luxury brands, are actually bringing that cost down but making it feel very luxury. So there's a really interesting status happening around that space. Sustainability is taking a big toll in that area, mate. It's pushing everyone to think differently. So I think you'll see how that plays out.
Is that increasing costs or reducing costs?
Both. It's increasing costs.
Such a good answer. You can't get that answer wrong.
It increases it sometimes, but also decreases it in others. Because you know what? It's making a better planet, right?
Yeah.
we'll look at it in a few different ways. But really clever things like lighting, doing lighting in a different way is decreasing costs and might be expensive up front, but your back pocket operationally becomes cheaper. Cafes, plumbing, always an issue, things like that, food, equipment. But again, with changes to gas and all those elements, we're going to see some change there. Cafe would cost somewhere between $2,400, maybe $3,000 a metre to build. Super luxury, you could be talking 25 grand plus a metre. They're beautiful stone facades, stuff like that.
There's no end, right?